Hello, my fellow Nigerians. This is how Obasanjo and Gowon planned the subsidy of petrol in Nigeria, but was changed by the successive governments. So, my people, the Independence Media and Policy Initiative has traced the origins of Nigeria's fuel subsidy to the administrations of a former military head of states, General Yakubu Gowon and General Olusegun Obasanjo. According to IMPI, these leaders introduced the subsidy during periods of economic growth, aiming to mitigate the impact of global oil price fluctuations. In an address to journalists in Abuja, Chairman Niyi Akinsiju explained that the fuel subsidy was originally intended as a short-term solution to a spike in global oil prices driven by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. However, what was meant to be a temporary fiscal measure has since become a persistent policy, continuing even in times of economic downturn, which has led to distortions in the economy. Akinsiju expressed concern about the recent backlash from labor unions over the government's decision to remove the fuel subsidy. He noted that many Nigerians had long called for its elimination before the 2023 removal. He further explained that under both Gowon and Obasanjo, fuel prices were adjusted to reflect the prevailing economic conditions. During Gowon's tenure, petrol prices increased by 40% from 6 kobo per litre to 9 kobo, while under Obasanjo, prices rose by 70% from 9 kobo per litre to 15.3 kobo. General Olusegun Obasanjo, during his time as a military head of state, formalized the petroleum subsidy by enshrining it into law. The government was tasked with fixing prices for certain products, including petroleum, which were not to be sold above those fixed prices, Akinsiju said. This was designed as a short-term measure to cushion the impact of rising international oil prices. However, it is important to note that even under Gowon and Obasanjo, petrol prices rose as economic realities evolved. Akinsiju argued that the fuel subsidy was introduced when the government had abundant fiscal resources, serving as a tool for redistributing wealth during times of high revenue. However, when economic conditions worsened, the subsidy should have been halted to prevent further distortions in the economy. But over the years, the subsidy has become deeply ingrained in Nigeria's economy, making it difficult to remove without public outcry. Since 1988, every attempt by the government to end the subsidy has been met with a strong opposition, despite changes in the economic landscape, Akinsiju explained. He also noted that the recent protests against the fuel price hike were consistent with previous reactions with the Nigerian Labour Congress, once again leading the charge, blaming the federal government for the price increases. As an analyst, we believe it is time for this protest and the accusations to cease. The economic reality has shifted, and it is crucial to recognize that the subsidy in its current form is no longer sustainable, Akinsoju concluded. My people, this is what we are saying. Inasmuch they've introduced it, and the Nigerians, they are enjoying it, so they should continue. They should not debar Nigerians from benefiting from the subsidy, because it is very hard to maintain your budget with this high price of things. Everything is going up. That is why when Tinubu was campaigning, he did not mention anything about subsidy, although he said something to that. But this is what the National Secretary, Public Secretary of Afenifere said. Justice Faloye has alleged that President Tinubu, in his manifesto, had promised not to remove fuel subsidy until Nigeria refineries are established. He lamented over how the present administration has failed to address the economic crisis. He argued that the government is pursuing free market principles, which he believes does not apply in Nigeria's case. He highlighted the government's monopoly over foreign exchange supply, controlling over 80%, and how this affects the value of the naira. He suggested that increasing foreign exchange supply by 300% would lead to a 200% increase in the dollar's value to the naira. He emphasized that the government decisions should prioritize the country's economic well-being rather than adhering to foreign institutions' free market principles that may not be suitable for Nigeria's unique situation. He said in an interview with Arise TV from 6.25, logic shows that there was a way that the government should have resolved these economic problems. In Tinubu's manifesto on page 34, he said he would not remove subsidy until refineries come up. Now, if you are coming up with the foreign institutions pushing free market principles which don't apply, because in the first place, you are the monopolist supplier of foreign exchange in Nigeria, and you supply over 80%. So the value of naira indirectly is tied to you, but it depends on how much you supply. If you increase the supply by 300% today, indefinitely the dollar will fall at least 200%. Same thing with the petrol. The government is the one with the major control. So if you do something against our national economic interests, then it is tantamount to economic treason. You see, this is what we are saying. You promised when you were campaigning. At the end of the day, because you've gotten what you want, then you change, do another thing. How do you want Nigerians to be happy with this type of things? Things are harder in Nigeria. Let's go to what our people in their comment section are saying. You have been playing games. Your losing is more than your winning. I'm sorry for that. Don't give up. Let's try this. Mash us trade platform. Again, I promise you, you will recover in this platform. Believe me, you will recover from this. If you believe winning, you have been playing. What? It is well. Tinubu should do the needful. What he have just said during the campaign time, he should implement it. Otherwise, Nigerian people will not like it. Sooner or later, I know God will intervene in Nigerians' problem. My people, in your comment section, comment, say your opinion, subscribe, share, love, and like. Thanks and God bless. Amen.